ready to start the round. Frank, what is the importance of getting off to a good start?
It's imperative, Rich, really. Try and find your rhythm, conditions of the golf course. Really get into the round as quick as you can.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. 14 feet to the hole. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Frank, another great example of links golf. It's not a particularly long hole, but there is trouble if you hit it offline.
Yeah, there's a bunker down there at about 280 yards that has to be avoided. Only the long hitters, or perhaps the wind behind your back, is the reason to take that bunker on.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Frank, that looked good to me. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. So into the top 15 on the leaderboard with that birdie. A few more, and who knows, maybe top 10 or top 5. Now at the third hole here at Royal Troon, and Frank, another sort of short par 4, just 379 yards.
Simplicity's the key here, Rich. You don't really want to hit the ball more than 280 yards. Reason why is there's a burn there. And then from there, still only a wedge into a green that has 2 tiers.
Safely aboard. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
Yeah, and things are starting to tighten up right now. Going to see where the next move comes from.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Second from an excellent lie.
Oh, this is right at it.
That is a really good shot, landing close to the flagstick. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Hole's 4 1/4 inches. Could have done with one light slightly bigger.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Solid play, heart of the green. Just a tap in to finish the hole. So hanging in down the stretch with a par. And let's go down to the 6th. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, we have already seen some excellent play. Frank, what are some of the keys to keeping this early momentum?
basically just trying to do the same things. We're seeing good driving, good approach play, and very good speed on the green right now. Keep doing the same thing. Rich, there's great drivers of the ball. We've seen Norman, Nicholas over the years, but that there is just excellent. Lovely full turn, plenty of power, and just piped it.
Made it look easy right there, and he's such a good-looking player. When he's dialed in, swinging the way he is right now, just a pleasure to watch. That is one of the shots of the day right there, and he will have a really good look at eagle. Just playing excellent golf. 5 under for the tournament. Frank, we're moving inland now to the 7th hole. It's a 405-yard par 4. What's ahead?
Little dog leg to the right. A couple of bunkers right on the corner of it. So once again, check the breeze and somehow find that fairway.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Frank, here we are. All of 123 yards. It's a famous postage stamp hole.
It sits up there nice and proud. It's protected by 5 bunkers, but avoid the ones on the right. They're the deepest, all the way down on that right side.
So off the tee here at the par 3, not his best stuff, but still a chance to make the 3.
Yeah, that was a poor miss off the tee. Let's see if he can redeem himself.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 9th hole, 423 yards, not especially long by today's standards. You looking to make birdie here, or you happy to make a par and move on to the back 9?
Well, there's certainly a chance for birdie. One of the hardest things about the 9th is the raised green. And it's sort of, there's 2 tiers here, just the top level. If that pin is on the top level, then you would certainly walk away with 4 very happily.
Oh my goodness, he pumped it, he thumped it, he jumped it. What a drive. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Pretty good shot right there. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round.
You know, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, the Open Championship will be played at Royal Troon in 2016. It was first played back in 1923. What was first prize then?
A mere 75 pounds, so that equates to about $150 US. And just to give you an idea, the last time they played there, Rich, was back in 2004 when Todd Hamilton beat Ernie Els. He got a whopping 720,000 pounds. That's right, nearly $1.5 million.
The money's nice, but every player would tell you, Frank, it is still all about that claret jug.
It is, and that's actually suited the Americans because since 1962, they've been to Troon 6 times, and 6 times the victor has been American.
Impressive. Once again, that's a par, remaining at 5 under. Frank, this 11th hole can be a real bear. Even the Golden Bear knows that.
Yeah, just to remind him, in his rookie year in 1962, he made a whopping 11. Now, I can't remember the last time I heard Jack Nicklaus made double figures on one hole.
And so maybe a bogey 5 or even a double bogey 6. Not so bad. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Just a beautiful approach shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Frank, how do you size up the 12th hole here at Royal Troon?
Well, first look at 430 yards, you'd think it'd be a rather easy par 4. But that's not really the issue. The issue is course right and left. That's an absolute beauty.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, this really is a remarkable turn of events, considering that earlier we had pretty much written him off.
Well, we had, and for good reason, too. He was not playing well. It looked like the round was going to continue to go in that direction. But somehow, and believe me, I don't know how, he's just completely turned this round around.
Frank, on paper, 13 seems pretty straightforward, but it's not that simple, is it?
No, very stringent tee shot. Gorse right and left, plus a little sort of mound with some rough on down the right side. So really, you've got to hit the ball down, not just the fairway, but the left side of the fairway. Whoa, talk about taking the head cover off and let it fly. That's beyond long.
Goodness, did he get all of that one? Wow. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good looking birdie.
It's at sneaky distance. A little bit more hope than determination in that putt.
So they'll tap in. That's a solid par putt. On the tee here at 14, it's another par 3, Frank.
You don't get caught looking at the front of the green. That's where it's at its most narrow. Ideally, something that pitches just into the top of that mound.
Well, that is a ball striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Now playing the second here at the par 4.
Should be safely on deck.
Safely aboard. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Locked in on the read and the speed. Eight under par for the round. The back nine here at Royal Troon has only one par 5, and here it is, Frank.
At 542 yards, you'd think it's reachable, but that burn cuts in at 280 yards, so it means you have to lay back. But I remember back in 1997, playing alongside Tiger Woods, and he still managed to get it on the green from behind the burn. That was some shot.
You knew at that point he was something special.
He certainly was. He then knocked it in from 40 feet for an eagle 3. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Well, we've seen this before today, in the bunker. In the greenside bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. Frank, that reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? This from 7 feet. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Good par. 17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3. Surely not. It's like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. Finally, the 18th at Royal Troon. History, skill, nerves, bunkers, of course, and the clubhouse. Frank, they all come into play on this final hole.
Yeah, 3 bunkers down the left. It's not a case of hitting past those, it's avoiding them. And then if you avoid it too far to the right, there's one nicely placed about 300 yards off the tee that'll catch you there. So there's somehow you've got to craft a tee shot to miss all 4 of those bunkers.
Frank, this is a hole, number 18, where you don't want to be in a hurry to get to the clubhouse.
Yeah, there's out of bounds just off the back of this green, so you might want to keep that in the back of your mind. Don't go long.
And the OB is just steps from the clubhouse. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. And he's putting for par now.
Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Dublé. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
Frank, you surprised to see that name on top of the leaderboard?
I am surprised to see the name, but not that style of golf leading. It was great performance, especially tee to green. You don't often see people start that quickly.